Hi guys, today's going to be another law of assumption advice video about certain hurdles we might come across during a manifesting journey. And I like to pick topics that I've personally been through, that I've been thinking about recently in terms of my own manifesting journey and issues and blocks that I've created for myself unintentionally. So do thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy these. If you'd like me to continue doing these manifestation videos, it seems like you guys do. It would mean a lot to me, so please do subscribe and like and comment. I'd love to hear your feedback and any other videos, ideas you'd like to see. I also offer one-on-one coaching, which I've recently started getting my first official paid clients, which is incredible. And if there is an issue or personal topic you'd like to discuss and get coaching with me about, do go check out my Instagram. It should be linked below. It's called LOA Coaching. It has all the prices, all the information and extra content there for you guys as well. So let's get started. So as I said, well, as you can see from the title, I haven't said yet, but I am talking about the issue of no movement, how we say we've been in no contact, we've had no movement. There was, you hear people talking about their experiences or manifestations and they would say, I saw no movement, there was no change, there was no movement until the final moment, which I personally don't agree with. I don't believe in that. There's really no such thing as no movement, which is something I learned from previous coaches, and it makes total sense because it would be like working out at the gym. To analogize it, like if you work out the gym and you feel like obviously for the first week or so, you're probably not seeing any physical progress or any physical change that you want. It's not like you go work out at the gym for 3 months and only on the final day of the third month are you going to see the results. It's going to be gradual over time. Your body is changing and adapting and becoming fitter, and your muscles are building, whatever the case may be. It's the exact same with your mind and your manifestations and intangible things as well. Your manifestation, whatever it may be, an SP, a promotion, a new car, winning the lottery, it's not gonna just suddenly happen. It'll be like little ideas are put in your mind. You get inspiration to say or do certain things, to read a certain book. Someone has a conversation with you, you make plans to start going to a certain shop, for example, and then one day you just decide, you have this inspiration that, I'm going to buy this lottery ticket, and that's the winning one, you know what I mean? So even though it wasn't you winning the lottery, the movement was you choosing that shop, for example, to go, do your grocery shopping out or whatever the case may be, and to start buying lottery tickets there. And then you happen to win from there. So it's a little movement like that where we think, because my SP hasn't reached out, my manager hasn't given me any praise, I haven't had my promotion yet, you think, oh, there's no movement, like I'm not getting my manifestation. Things are happening behind the scenes. So actually, first point I want to talk about is how things happen behind the scenes. Specifically with a person, I think this is the easiest example to use for an SP. For my personal experience with a specific person I wanted to manifest back into my life, or rather change the kind of dynamic that we had, is that they told me themselves when we spoke after a long period of no contact that I was on their mind and that they had positive thoughts about me. They thought positively about me. There was no negativity or animosity on their end. And they literally at some points repeated back to me some of my self-concept affirmations, such as telling me that I'm valued, I'm appreciated, things like that. They literally repeated that back to me verbatim, which is part of my self-concept affirmations. And that proves that there was behind the scenes movement. They were thinking about me. They wanted to speak to me. They wanted to reach out. They were thinking about it. They were only having positive, loving thoughts about me. And that's the case with most SPs. Eventually they will reach a point where their thought process changes to adapt to what type of relationship you want with them. So that just goes to show that's not all my behind the scenes movement, but that's one specific example showing you that you may be in no contact. You may be, feeling like your physical 3D reality has not changed to give you the relationship you want, whatever the case may be, but really behind the scenes for that individual, things are changing, things are happening. So just to pick up a few points where, I want to pick up on a couple of points where you might actually be causing a delay or blockage. I don't want to say doing it wrong or stopping movement, because like I said, there's no such thing as no movement. If you are affirming or thinking positively or manifesting in whatever way or method, things are going to be happening. however small they may be, but it may be your mental diet is blocking it. So you may be causing a massive delay by, staying in the old story, having loads of opposing thoughts, and not implementing a stricter mental diet. So you want to be flipping those negative thoughts, because you can't just affirm for 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes in one chunk where for that period you are only thinking about your end result, but then the rest of the day you're kind of letting those negative, subtle, opposing thoughts filter through your mind. You're worrying, you're looking at your phone and realizing that your SP hasn't messaged you, or you haven't had that money put into your bank balance. So you're realizing those things and you're really letting your mind drift away from the end result that you want. And your mental diet therefore could be stopping it from happening, because your mindset and the thoughts you're having are still based in the old story. So you want to be really, really cautious and conscious about that. So next point again is that you might not be affirming enough. Same thing with a mental diet, they go hand in hand. You can do one or the other. I'm personally choosing right now to just affirm a lot instead of have a really strict mental diet. I guess a mental diet is possibly better. However, whatever method you're using to keep your thoughts positive, it doesn't really matter. So for me, I affirm hours and hours and hours a day because I do have the time to do so. Obviously, if you're, working all day and then out all evening, or you have children, a family, it can be difficult. So a mental diet in that case could be better, but you want to make sure you are dedicating enough time to affirming all throughout your day so that your thoughts, for the most part, are kind of steering towards your end result. You're just repeating and looping your affirmation, and that's what your mind is kind of being saturated with. So if you're having too many of those opposing thoughts, it is preventing the 3D from changing quicker. So to you, it may seem that you're having no movement. That's why you clicked on this video. So next final point to pick up on is that you do want to make sure you're not coming from a state of lack, which also ties into the whole point of me saying your thoughts and your mindset are not aligned with your end result, having a weak mental diet, not spending enough time affirming, and then allowing your thoughts to wander all throughout the day. It's essentially coming from a state of lack in terms of you're not thinking from the end result. You're not thinking from already having your desire. You're not controlling your thoughts is a good way to describe it. So you want to make sure you're not still stuck living in the old story. So, questioning your 3D and wondering, why isn't it here? Why is it not happening? Why don't I have my desire? You're just preventing yourself from moving forward, preventing the 3D from fully changing. You'll still have movement and, behind the scenes movement and little moments of change, because it's impossible for you to be affirming and have nothing. But if your thoughts are, for the majority of your day towards the negative old story, thinking, my SP doesn't message me, they haven't reached out to me, it's been X amount of months, it's been X amount of weeks, I'm affirming, why isn't it working? That's you thinking from the old story. You might be like, but I'm putting in the work, I'm affirming, I'm doing all these steps. But you're thinking those thoughts, you're questioning the 3D, you're questioning what's happening. You're not thinking, they're texting me right now, like, okay, whatever, it's been 3 months, but now he's fully conformed. Now she's messaging me, my SP is definitely reaching out this second because all my affirming and work has worked. They have fully conformed and my 3D is changing immediately. So that's a good form of mental diet and a good way to bring your thoughts back in the right direction if you kind of veer off and start to spiral a little bit. So just to summarize, you want to make sure you're not questioning your 3D. Don't question why something isn't here. Don't even look at the 3D because it's irrelevant. I might do another video talking about, why the 3D doesn't matter at all. Make sure you're on a strong mental diet. If you find yourself questioning, questioning where and how movement isn't happening. And make sure you're spending enough time affirming every day, because that is how you're going to change your mindset. That is how you're going to change your thoughts and your beliefs. So you want to make sure that you're dedicating as much time as you realistically and happily and healthily can. Don't overwork yourself or force yourself to an unhealthy point where you're affirming above, the state of your own life and mental health. But if you're able to, dedicate 2 hours a day instead of binge watching that TV show on Netflix, switch it off and spend those 2 hours affirming, because honestly, you will thank yourself in a week or a month from now when you get your manifestation quicker. So you do want to make sure you're spending all the time that you realistically can on affirming, because that's how your subconscious is going to conform and bring about what you want in your 3D. And don't question the movement. Just go back into your mind, go internally, stop looking externally for the proof. You create the proof. So tell yourself that with your affirmations and your mental diet. So hopefully this made sense and gave you some clarity and maybe calmed you down if you were spiraling or questioning why your manifestation isn't here yet. So do thumbs up and subscribe, maybe leave a comment of your own thoughts and any other video ideas you'd like to see, and I'll see you next time. Bye!